सो डेफिनेटली पोटेंशियल तो बहुत ही अच्छा है, बहुत ही अलग लेवल पे पोटेंशियल हमें देखने को मिला। मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा वर्क आपके साथ कुछ शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के जो कि बहुत ही आउटस्टैंडिंग वर्क थे। फिर हम लोग उसके आगे फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे। लेट मी जस्ट शेयर माय स्क्रीन। राइट नाउ, सबसे पहला वर्क जो है ये एक्चुअली में सर ने भी बताया था, शिल्पा मैम के सुपुत्र हैं मिस्टर कुश नाहर। कुश जो है वो एक्चुअली में जब वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 12-13 साल के थे और अर्लियर उन्होंने मैक को ज्वाइन किया था, एंड आई वाज द वन हु वाज टीचिंग हिम। और शुरुआत में ही मैं अमेज था देखकर कि कुछ इतना अच्छा कर रहे हैं। कुछ हमेशा से कोडिंग में, वीडियो गेम्स में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड रहे हैं। ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग में जब वो एंट्री ली उन्होंने, उनका कंप्यूटर के साथ कमांड, उनका सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ कमांड बहुत ही कमेंडेबल था। तो रिसेंटली उन्होंने ये 2 असाइनमेंट वर्क भेजे थे जो कि बहुत अच्छे लगे। तो कुडोज टू हिम। और अभी तो फिलहाल कुछ जो है वो वेब डिजाइनिंग वगैरह में भी चले गए हैं। तो आई आई विश हिम ऑल द बेस्ट। बहुत ही अच्छे वर्क हैं। इसके साथ साथ मैं थोड़ा सा बताना चाहूँगा वनीशा जैन का। उन्होंने भी बहुत ही अच्छा वर्क क्रिएट किया है। मुस्कान पोखरन का, उनका भी वर्क बहुत अच्छा है। मुझे लगा नहीं था कि कोई कैरेक्टर अटेम्प्ट करेगा, लेकिन कैरेक्टर अटेम्प्ट भी किया और बहुत ही अच्छा वो आउटपुट लाया उन्होंने। ये वर्क भी बहुत अच्छा है। आई एम सॉरी आपका नाम मैं देख नहीं, इसमें लिखा नहीं है, बट फिर भी आप लोगों के जो वर्क्स हैं, लाइंस के साथ कमांड है, सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ जो आपका कमांड है वो दिखता है। ये बहुत ही अच्छे वर्क हैं, बहुत ही नीट आर्ट है। वनिशा का भी काम बहुत अच्छा है। ये भी कैरेक्टर जो है नमन जी, आपका भी वर्क बहुत अच्छा है। आंचल, आपका भी वर्क बहुत अच्छा है। आपने ये आइसोमेट्रिक डिजाइन को अटेम्प्ट किया, जो कि बहुत ही मुश्किल होता है। ये एक्चुअली में आपका पोटेंशियल और आपका इंटरेस्ट दिखाता है, आपका डेडिकेशन दिखाता है। तो ये वर्क जो है ये बहुत ही अच्छे वर्क हैं जो हमने देखे, और बहुत ही अच्छे असाइनमेंट्स किए हैं। प्लस इसके साथ किसी ने ये मंगला आर्ट आई थिंक की है, विच इज लाइक रियली ब्यूटीफुल। और किसी ने और भी कुछ कुछ ट्राई किया है। आई थिंक एमएस पेंट है क्या, उसमें ट्राई किया था। नमन ने एक और वर्क भेजा जो कि असाइनमेंट से रिलेटेड था, विच इज अ जंपिंग बाउंसिंग बॉल ऑन अ पोजीशन। बहुत ही अच्छा वर्क है। आप लोगों के कमांड सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ अच्छे हो गए हैं। आउटपुट बहुत अच्छा है। तो अगर किसी को लगता है कि ये मुश्किल है, तो देखिए 6 दिन में अगर कोई दिल लगा के काम करे तो 6 दिन में वो इतने अच्छे आउटपुट अचीव कर सकते हैं। तो अगर हम बात करें 3 महीने की, 6 महीने की, साल भर की, तो आप कितना अधिक तक अपने आप को अ, अ, कितने स्तर पे पहुंचा सकते हैं। सो वेरी नाइस, वेरी गुड वर्क। बहुत ही अच्छे वर्क थे आप सभी के। और भी लोगों ने वर्क भेजे थे जिनको हम पूरे तो नहीं दिखा सकते बिकॉज देर इज लाइक ओवरवेलमिंग ऑफ वर्क, पर बहुत अच्छा लगा। आप लोगों का आउटपुट बहुत ही अच्छा था। सो आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। और बिफोर डिलेइंग, लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस माय टीम जो कि मेरे टेक्निकल एंड में है। शिवेन सर, जिन्होंने थ्रू आउट द सेशन आप लोगों के टेक्निकल क्वेरीज सॉल्व की। ट्विंकल मैम है जिन्होंने टेक्निकल क्वेरीज सॉल्व की। मैनेजमेंट एंड में हमारी आकांक्षा मैम है, सृष्टि मैम है, जिन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छे से आप सभी के क्वेरीज को, आप सभी के वर्क्स को मैनेज किया। और किसी को भी कोई भी क्वेरीज जो है वो अनआंसर्ड ना जाए, ऐसा उन्होंने मेक श्योर किया। और हमारे टीम लीडर हमारी नेहा मैम जो हैं, उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा सुपरविजन किया। उनका मैनेजमेंट भी बहुत अच्छा रहा। और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि मैं आपके इस वर्कशॉप का हिस्सा रहा। सो बिफोर डिलेइंग, लेट मी ask my colleague Akansha ma'am to take over the mic and start with our session.
Okay, hello and good morning and welcome to our day 6 of workshop. The 5 days were quite good. The journey was quite good. We have seen the interest of our students, our participants. The works were quite good. Everything was so good. And if you talk about yesterday's assignment, yes, so many assignments were there. And sir has already showcased what whoever's work was good. And if you talk about animation, then only two were there, Naman and Vasudev, who gave us assignment of animation. So guys, guys, see, animation is not also so tough. So those who haven't provided us the assignment of animation, you guys please do try it, because it is also easy. And Naman really good try. It was quite good that whatever guidelines are provided for the animation, you gave it in a proper way. So let's talk about today now. Today we are going to handle a question and answers round at the first. This question and answers, Ankita is going to answer it directly. And this question and answer round will be of previous queries like your softwares or any kind of questions you have. You can ask him directly, and then we will start about the animation, the character we have created on the last class, that was a turtle. So we are going to animate that turtle today. But before that, if you guys have any queries related to the previous 5 days, you can ask that Ankit sir directly. So I'm handing over this to Ankit sir now. He's going to answer that.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so Q&A guys. लास्ट के जो 5 सेशंस थे हमारे, उनमें जो आपके क्वेरीज हैं, प्लीज अपने हाथ रेज कीजिए और फिर अनम्यूट करके क्वेश्चन पूछ लीजिए। नमन, हाँ बोलिए नमन।
So excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, for the animation, sir, I get it for 40 frames. Video, I'm not able to see only 20 frames, sir.
Sorry, Naman, आपकी आवाज बहुत कट रही थी. Please, can you repeat the question?
So yes, sir. Sir, actually in the animation, sir, which you just showed now, like I made it. I made for 40 frames, but I was only able to see only 20 frames in the video.
Yeah. You have actually created 40 frames, right?
Yes, sir.
And you wanted to play that on 20 frames per second?
No, sir, like the video was only for 20 frames. Like the video you showed, and even I'm getting the video is only 20 frames, but I made for 40 frames.
Okay. Your video is for, okay. So you might have not adjusted the slide, which I had told in the earlier session. There is a small red slide over your timeline frames. I'm going to show you this in our today's session also. That actually, shows you the limit from where you can, from where to where your video will be rendered. So you have to assign that marker on top of your frame window, so that if you had made 40 frames, then assign it to 0 to 40, so that you can, all the frames has to be shown in your particular video. Because here I've got a little half of that, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so you can adjust that slide. That slide is there. That renderable slide might have been, exceeded. That is why it is not rendered. Video does not render because the marker was inside 20 only. Okay, so we're gonna adjust that on today as well. Okay, but it was a good one. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So anybody else? Please raise your hand. कोई भी क्वेरी हो, किसी भी तरीके का क्वेश्चन। या आंचल।
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, actually, I'm a mandala artist, so I want to try mandala on Photoshop. So I want to know how we can use symmetry in Photoshop.
If you wanted to use that symmetry in Photoshop, go for a brush tool, right? B is there, and at the end of it, in the option bar, all the options are there. So at the end of it, there is a symmetry is also there. So when you click on that, it will show you the symmetry thing. Okay, so you can go for that. Otherwise, go for menu, brush, and go for your symmetry option there. Right?
Okay,
it's in the menu inside. You will find it. Yeah. Photoshop is capable of creating symmetry on all the directions. So you can create that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
No. Welcome. Anybody else? Right, Mansi? Yeah, please ask.
Sir, I want you to can you please once retell the steps how to install the Toon Boom Harmony?
Yeah. Okay, it's very simple that first you have to install Toon Boom Harmony as a software. Okay, whenever you open that installation folder, there is a setup of Toon Boom Harmony is in there. Just double click over it. After its installation, it will ask you for license and everything, right? It will ask you. So just close it. Don't give any option there. Close it and then go for your that downloaded setup there, which you had downloaded. Go for there. Check for Country Boy software. Then install that software. It takes about 20 minutes to install that particularly. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just have to double click over the installation software and it will download it for 20 minutes. And after that, I mean, it's going to install it. After that, start once again your Toon Boom Harmony. Okay. Then you won't be, it will directly start. It won't ask you any for the license and purchasing options. Okay. So you have to install first. You just have to double click over the setup of the particular harmony, right? There is a setup there. Just double click over it. It will install it. It will install it automatically. And after that, it will ask you, prompt you for the license and everything. Just close it. Don't give any option. Go for Country Boy. It was located directly in the folder where you have downloaded the Toon Boom Harmony. Double click over it and it will install for about 10 to 15 minutes. It will take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just install it. And after that, again, start your Toon Boom Harmony from your system and it will be done. All right. Try that. If there is any query, then you can ask on WhatsApp as well related to the installation. There is a video also. I have provided that video in the last session. So that link might be Twinkle ma'am will be sharing that. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Is there any question regarding to our previous sessions and everything? Yeah, Mr. Naren. Please ask.
In Photoshop.
I'm sorry, I could not able to hear your voice. आप म्यूट हैं नरेंद्र जी. सॉरी, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. आप चैट विंडो में लिख के पूछ सकते हैं. Might be we could, you know, I could answer you on that there as well. हो सकता है आपका माइक वगैरह वर्क ना कर रहा हो, because I could not able to hear the question. Okay, जब तक how to color in Photoshop. Okay, color is not working in drawing. There are two problems. That is why you cannot able to color. First of all, आप जब pen tool से selection लेते हैं, whenever you take a selection from pen tool, either right click over it. After making a selection of pen tool, right click over it and then go for fill path. There only you can able to put the color inside of that. Otherwise, if you are taking a selection from the lasso tool, right, lasso tool which I had shown in the first session, If you're taking that lasso tool, then use Alt backspace to fill the color. Otherwise, go for paint bucket tool. That is G is the shortcut for paint bucket tool. Select that and put the color inside. You got to select the color from your software, color window. जो हमने last में देखा, there is a color foreground and background window was there. You have to select the color first. After that only you can fill the color. तो पहला रीजन तो ये है कि might be आप सेम कलर पुट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज व्हाई वो कलर जो है बैकग्राउंड के साथ मर्ज हो रहा है, दैट्स व्हाई आपको दिख नहीं रहा है. आइदर ये हो सकता है, दूसरा ये हो सकता है कि आपने गैप छोड़ दिया है. You haven't completed the whole path. Otherwise, it won't give you any problem. Okay. So let me just open Photoshop and let me show you this color option if there is any, जो पेन टूल वाला सेक्शन था वो भी मैं आपको बता देता हूँ ताकि आपको इजी पड़ेगा. Okay, whatever color, पहले तो either if you are taking a lasso tool selection, whatever selection tool you use, either you use this one, either you use that one, whatever selection you use, you first have to select color from your color palette from here in the foreground color. Select any color, Alt backspace so that you can put color inside of your particular selection. एक तरीका ये है. दूसरा तरीका है select over it. Select whatever color you want to put. Go for this paint bucket. As you can see over here, this paint bucket, click right inside of it and you can able to color. Right? That is what the first thing. Then this in the second session, we actually was creating, right, the shape. If you wanted to put the color inside of your shape, either you can go for, any color you select, right click over your shape, go for fill path so that you can put color inside of it. If you want to put color at the stroke of it, right click, stroke path, press enter so that you can see there is a stroke. Now previously जो हमारा session था उसमें कुछ ऐसा था कि I had created strokes, right? I had created some stroke lines. Some stroke lines I had created and I wanted to color inside of it. So इसके लिए आपको मैंने बताया था मैजिक वॉन्ड टूल. मैजिक वॉन्ड टूल जो है उसको सेलेक्ट कीजिए और इसके अंदर क्लिक करिए. तो सी यहाँ पे जैसे ही आप इसके अंदर क्लिक करेंगे, यू विल फाइंड अ सिलेक्शन राइट ऑफ द इनसाइड एरिया. गो टू मॉडिफाई, सेलेक्ट में जाके गो टू मॉडिफाई, expand for 3 pixels, create another layer, and the same technique which we had done in these two, red and yellow, similar technique. You can press either Alt backspace or you can select a paint bucket from here and click over it. You can put the color inside of it, right? That is what you will do. And there is a question about the symmetry. So when you go for brush tool, you will find the symmetry option right at here. So see, there is a symmetry off option there. You can symmetry on any direction. I think Achal's question was there. So if you wanted to go for a vertical direction, see this, select and then draw. Start drawing with this and it will, help you out on that. So you can use symmetry on that also. As my selection was, on a different thing, that is why it doesn't shows me. All right. Any more questions? Please ask, because we have like 5 more minutes so that we can, then after that we are going to go for our today's session. When I draw by pen tool, the line is very thin. How to increase thickness? If you wanted to increase the thickness, go to option bar. There is a window where it is written in the option bar. There is an option called pixels. There is a pixel or a stroke pixel is there. You just have to give value right at front of it. You can increase increase the pixels and pixels of the draw strokes if you are using pen tool. But if you are using a brush, so let me just show you. There is a simple thing. There is a simple option there. Let me just show you then again. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Okay. Just a minute, I just close that one. Okay. It's simple. Just select with a pen tool, create anything. Press B. B for back. Go for, as you can see, my brush is, the size is very small. So you need to increase that brush size from your option bar. Go to option bar, increase the size. It's 92 pixel and now it is quite big enough. As you can see over here, it's quite big. Now go to pen tool once again. P is the shortcut, P for parrot. Right click over it, stroke path. Okay. See, my stroke will be broader. And if I, go to brush again and give a very small size, then I'm gonna press right click. See, both the strokes have a different size of pixels. All right, so that's what you can do. If you want symmetry design, you can use these symmetry design directly. Okay. Okay, the line we draw, no, the line we draw by point to point, the outline, not the stroke. No, see what you are using when you are using pen tool and creating the point to point lines, such as these lines are not drawing, these are paths, these are not lines, these are just connecting paths. It shows only the structure. This is not a graphic, right? So it won't show in anywhere. Okay, so you can't able to stretch its size. We can, but first try with this one. Then there are multiple ways, Achal, to do that, and I'm sure it's you can create some grid as well inside of it in the Photoshop. Yeah, that the path is thin very much. I can understand Vasudev, but that is not a drawing. So you cannot, you just have to use it the way it is. Okay, you cannot change the thickness of the path, because that is just an option. That is not a drawing. It just shows you a direction where you are going with. So either it could be zoomed out, might be, because ho sakta hai ki your canvas will be like that, but my path is like one pixel to 2 pixels. Okay, so this is just for look, just to get the idea of the purpose, right? It does not do anything. It just shows you that from where to where it is going to draw. It is you cannot increase the thickness of that. Okay, any more queries, or shall we start with our session? If you wanted to merge two layers in Photoshop, just select two layers by pressing Control, select those layers, or by pressing Shift and select all the layers, whatever you prefer, and press Control E, E for elephant. Press Control E, and all the layers have been merged. As you can see, it is merged into here. Control is the shortcut for that. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of queries, and I'm afraid that now we have to move on to our session for animation. And after that, we are going to go again for a little bit of Q&A. for today's session and for the previous, whatever queries you will have, hold on to yourself. We can, go on and start working with that once again. Now the animation हमने कल character create किया. Yesterday we had created character, and I had already shown you the the bouncing ball animation. We had seen the fundamentals of animation, the basic structure of animation. As I had told you, there are two rules. If anybody remember that, then please type that in the chat section. I would love to see that you guys remember that. What are the rules? So there are only two rules, right? And 12 principles are there. So tell me, I'm looking at it. It's just a pop quiz. If you, if you guys remember that, what is the two main rules of animation? Exactly, Akansh, very nice. You're on to that. One was frame by frame, and what was the other? The other one is pose to pose. Okay, frame by frame and pose to pose. That's very good of you. So let's just go and see. Right in front of you is a frame to frame animation, which I had shown you in the bouncing ball section. That was frame to frame, where you draw each and every frame, and you went on directly to your FPS. That if you are creating 24 FPS, then you will create 24 frames from straight ahead. Like you start from the one drawing, then you go for the another, then go for the another till the 24th frame. That was your frame to frame. But nowadays in the modern era, it is being used over over too much. Before, frame by frame animation was too used over too much, so that they had introduced another uh, rule of animation, which is the pose to pose animation, where you create some milestone poses, so that after that you can use any other drawings to refine it. So we are going to go for that only. Yesterday we had created character. Not yesterday, a day before yesterday, we had created character, that is turtle, on which we had created every part of the body. That character was basically for animation, so you have created every part of the body in a separate way. So let's just dive into our Toon Boom and see how do we animate that particular character. So I'm starting our harmony, and as you can see in the right panel, we have already saved turtle scene. So I'm just turning it on. Okay, here is our turtle, and let's just bring it on the center of our canvas. So there are a few more things which I wanted to discuss about the animation, that in the pose to pose animation, you need to rig your character. In the previous one, we had seen that we have to draw each and every frame in order to get the animation done. But there is another option, which is an option of rig. What is a rig? Rig is basically just a section where you tell that your image is being controlled by any other controller. You have to create controller in order to create a rig, basically. ये कैसा, just like a puppet show, where you see that puppet has been its individual part is being connected to a string, and it is being controlled by a by the puppet master through that controller, right? That is the basic concept of rigging, which we are going to use this in today's session. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give, as you can see, when I go to my camera panel, right, and over here, I see a very dull and dark background, which I do not want. I wanted something, something good. So let's just create quickly, we'll create our background. So for that, let me just turn these all graphics down first of all. Turn them off so that it won't be, obstructing any view. After that, press Ctrl R, create a new drawing layer, right? We can call it BG by double clicking over in the name section. Let's just create a simple BG. There was a query in the earlier section that it wasn't there, these primitives are available or not. So as you can see over here, there is a rectangle, ellipse, line, and polyline. Polyline is basically your connector lines. So you can use them, and they can automatically be used for a design, right? So you can use these over here as well. So I created this particular line, and then I'm gonna add some various branches. Let's just create an environment. So I'm using some bit of creativity. I'm not following any reference, but I would suggest you guys that always go for reference. Always take images and get inspired from them, and go for reference first, because you are starting this work, right? You did not have your own experience with the graphics. So for that, जब भी आप शुरू करें, always go for references. So we're creating some bushes over here, right? A simple bushes. It's quite a shabby, shady sort of forest. Let's just cover it so that we can put color over it. Now as you can see, I have used a lot of overlapping lines in my session, in my drawing. As you can see, there are a lot of overlapping lines over here, which is my it obstructing my design. My design doesn't look cleaned. As you can see, there are a lot of overlapping lines. So if you wanted to remove them, there is an option over here, which is the cutter tool. You can select that cutter tool and just click and drag, and it will select your overlapping lines. So select them and just press delete so that you can do the cleanup. So I'm just cleaning up this let me do this little bit cleanup. Alt B in order to get the design covered. Delete the overlaps. Always create background in a flat manner. The 2D, when you do the 2D animation for a movie, always go for a flat design, because that will help your audience to understand the environment. I'm saying flat design, that doesn't mean that you will create paper cut design sort of. I'm saying that use 3-dimensional option, but think of it as a layer. if you use a three-dimensional design, that is perspective design. It's also a part of animation, where you do the perspective, where you give the depth to your work, right? But don't give too much of designs at the backside, because uh, your character might be affected, right? And the attention of your particular character might be affected. So as you can see, we had cleaned up the bushes, and we can do the cleanup for that. But I am leaving this to you guys. As you can see that it will take a bit of patience, so I'm just doing this in a quick manner. So like that. Right, and don't leave any open path. Okay, always close them, so that the color won't come out or spill out from your design. So go to your cutter and select these overlapping lines. Okay, now we're going to color this up. Go to your pen tool and then start with the color. Just give double click over here, and don't select it, just select outside, and go for a newer section, newer lines. So let me just put this over here, and we create a new color palette, which is our bushes. Okay, and double click over it and give it a lighter green sort of color. Go to your pen tool and give that color. Right, so it is not filling over here. There might be a chance that some place where it is, there is an opening. As you can see over here, there is a opening over here, so I'm just covering them up. I think now it's covered. Select and go for pen tool, give the color, so that you will have a nice bit of shade over there. As you can see, that color is okay. Now it's not spilling. Now give it another for the branches. Go on, give some darker branches over here and paint them. Okay, give the branches, and again go for down or ground bushes. Double click over here and give some darker, thorough darker green, so that your some flowers or whatever you can want to create. Use your own creativity to add, as I'm using this magenta sort of pink. Okay, there's an opening was there, so select it over here, give these a color. So now we had created a section of it. Then after that, I need to give a ground color. So I'm adding this ground color over here. Just add some dark brown shade. from over here and right, and bit of dark color. Right, so a bit of dark section over here. Now, I'm providing my character. So let's just, there is also one thing, just go for your camera view and just go for your camera view and you can see that there's a background black color is there, right? But I do not want that. I do not want that color over there. So what I'm gonna do is basically, I'm gonna create a card. Press right click over your panel, layer panel, just increase this one, right click over here and you will see an insert option in the top of it. You will find a color card. This color card is basically, double click over it and give it a, this is basically a background color which always being shown on any layer. So, if there is a transparent color, then it will show you this color. Okay, just see what I'm going to do. So I'm just giving a darker color to this color card so that you can see. Let's see in the view, it is showing me the white color, even though it's okay. So what I'm gonna do, just go into here and create a background layer, give it another color for the BG and give it a darker this color and let's just fill it. All right, so let me just create another layer and we'll be filling those colors with this primitive. So take this, select over here, give it a darker blue color, paint it so that we can have some sort of this type of scene in the camera view. Now let's just go for our character and turn on all the layers of the character. And if you don't want to move these background layers, you can lock them by turning on the locks in the layer panel. So you can use those locks. I'm just locking them up. Okay, so that we can not go to select option and we cannot want to use them. Now, as you can see, we wanted to create the rig. अब हमको rig create करना है for the character, so that कि हमारा जो character है वो move हो सके. So for that there is a relationship called parent and child. Okay, parent and child relationship होता है जिसमें आपका जो character है उसको एक layer या एक controller के through control किया जाता है. ठीक है. So for that I am creating a dummy layer which is called dummy. Okay, a dummy layer. And I'm putting all my images of my turtle inside of it. So select all of these layers by pressing shift and click and drag inside of the dummy layer. Just click and drag right at the top of the dummy layer, not top of it, onto it. Okay, उसके just ऊपर में click करेंगे, drag करेंगे पूरी layers and it will be like directly on top of it. और as you can see, ये सारे के सारे उसके अंदर ग्रुप हो गए हैं. Everything is right inside of it. So now dummy layer जो है वो आपका movement layer है, वो आपका motion provide करती है. So as you can see, these are motion options are there available where you can use to move your turtle. Sometimes when in the default view or whenever you open Harmony, you won't find any motion options. These are the motion options. As you can see, I'm scrubbing my mouse at the top of the background. You can see that there are multiple motion layers. So all of these motion tools or the animation tools comes from just right click over the over this panel, this option panel, and you will see advanced animation. Turn it on and you will get these advanced animation options. So now, as you can see, I am right now, selecting this dummy layer, and just have to select this particular move layer, and then I can move my character wherever, or wherever, from where to where I wanted to move. So I'm just selecting over here. Now I had to rig that. So head जो है वो independent move करेगा. So I had to do what? I had to rotate, assign the rotation of this. तो इसका rotation हमको assign करना है. So how do we do that? Go to rotate at this panel. Go to rotate, and you can see there is a circle showing over here. This circle is actually the rotation angle, which tells you about the rotation angle. But there is a pivot also. What is a pivot? Pivot is the origin point, is the point from where you can rotate your particular object. ये उस position से खुद को rotate करता है. So there is a center pivot option there. Just click and assign it to the end of the head, and then when you drag or click and drag, and you can see that your head is actually rotating. Then go for neck, and then select the center, and see you are actually rotating your neck. So let's just go for the center and assign that at the end of the neck. Assign this particular pivot at the end of the neck, and then rotate. So see, your neck is actually rotating, right? Now go for legs, and as you use your mouse wheel also to zoom in, zoom out, you can see that this pivot is also there. Just select and give it at the end of your particular turtle layer, from where it is starting, and then you can try and see your hand is the leg is also moving. Go to leg 1, see, put the pivot over to at the end of it, drag it. Body, put that pivot at the center of the body, or a bit at the pelvical area of the quadruped. जो भी 4 पैर वाले जानवर होते हैं, एनिमल्स होते हैं, उनका जो बैक पोर्शन होता है वो सेंटर ऑफ द बॉडी होता है. तो उसमें बॉडी जो है वो खड़े होने के लिए आपको कंट्रोल देती है. गो फॉर टेल्स. रेयर लेग्स को भी सेट करेंगे, उनको रोटेट करके एक अप्रोक्सीमेटली एरिया दे देंगे, सो दैट हमारा लेग भी क्रिएट हो जाएगा. देन गो फॉर फ्रंट लेग, adjust that. Go for, see, as you can see right over there, there's a tail also. So tail को भी option देंगे to wiggle. So select the pivot, go over here, put it at the end of it. Now you can see tail can be wiggled up. Now what you can do is select your dummy layer, so that you can rotate and adjust the character from where it is, from where to where it is gonna run. So I'm taking this, I am scaling it down a bit, as just press shift and drag, so that my character can be scaled up and down, right, in the uniform manner. Now let's just animate. So how to animate that? Because we had actually rigged it, we have provided all the rigs to it. You can provide many articulations as well. What is articulation? Basically, as legs can be molded, not molded, it has modulation basically. Legs जो है वो मुड़ते हैं, मुड़ के चलते हैं. तो अगर आपको फ्रीडम देना है तो then you have to create separate legs, right? Separate, divide these legs into 2 portions. One is this, and one is your arm section, one is the foot section. So use that. and then rig with the same fashion, similar fashion, so that you will get all the articulations and everything. So for now, for the sake of our session, we are going to, settle up for this one only. There are multiple ways. There is other spline options, bone option is also there, which we are going to use in, if there is any other session. जब होगा तब हम उसमें दूसरी और टेक्निक्स भी इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे. फॉर नाउ दिस इज द सिमिलर टेक्निक. सो अब हमें इसे यहाँ से यहाँ तक मूव कराना है, लेफ्ट टू राइट वी वांटेड टू मूव, और ये पहुंच जाए लेफ्ट टू राइट अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2 सेकंड में. सो हमारा जो फ्रेम रेट है वो क्या है, 24 FPS का है, यानी 1 सेकंड में 24 फ्रेम चलेगा. और अगर मुझे इसे 2 सेकंड पहुंचाना है तो 24 into 2, राइट, दैट मीन्स 48 फ्रेम्स, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 48 फ्रेम्स मेरे को चलाना पड़ेगा इसको. ठीक है. सो what I am going to do for that, first मेरा जो dummy है, dummy जो layer है, I'm gonna move it from here to here. I'm gonna animate that. How to animate that? So as you can see, मैं in the layer panel, as you can see, there is first smaller frame there. वहाँ पे एक छोटी सी frame है, first frame है, and we are going to use pose to pose animation. So pose to pose animation में हमें क्या करना होगा, 1 सेकंड का है, तो सबसे पहले हम 0 फ्रेम को बता दिया हमने कि this is my first frame. Okay. After that, go for 24th frame, as if I am using 24 frames per second. So go to 24th frame, and then you can able to see there is nothing there, क्योंकि हमारी जो ड्राइंग लेयर है वो एक्चुअली में फर्स्ट फ्रेम पे ही है, और वो 24th फ्रेम में शो नहीं हो रही है. देयर इज नथिंग ओवर देयर. सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू, आई एम एक्चुअली गोना expose this layer from 0 to your 24 length. What is that? What does that mean? Basically हम इस लेयर को, जो पहली हमारी लेयर का पहला फ्रेम था, उस फ्रेम को 24 लेयर तक कॉपी कर देंगे एक साथ. इसको बोलते हैं एक्सपोजर. इफ यू वांटेड टू गिव दैट एक्सपोजर फ्रॉम 0 फ्रेम टू द 24th फ्रेम, प्रेस F4, sorry F5 प्रेस करेंगे, so you can see my character is also there. और मुझे यहाँ से यहाँ तक 24th फ्रेम तक, राइट, एक्सटेंडेड एक्सपोजर मिल गया है. और जैसे ही मैं अपनी डमी लेयर को ओपन करता हूँ, यू कैन सी कि मेरा जो जितनी भी लेयर्स हैं वो सब लेयर्स जो हैं वो फर्स्ट लेयर से लेकर आखिरी लेयर तक एक्सपोज हो गई हैं. सबके सब में एक ग्रे कलर की लाइन बन गई. दैट मीन्स ऑल ऑफ देम इज गोना शो फ्रॉम 0 to 24 फ्रेम. ठीक है. सिमिलरली वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट विथ आवर background layer. So select BG. I think this one is your BG layer. Okay. Select that and go to the 24th frame and press F5. Okay. Before that, don't go for lock. Just unlock that portion. Go to F5 and you can see that it is exposed. Go for this one as well, unlock it, go for F5, right? So that all of them can be exposed from 0 to C. So what we wanted to go for, here's a question from Naman, right? Naman का query था कि मेरी 48 फ्रेम थी और मैंने 24 फ्रेम रखा था. So actually में आपका ये जो स्क्रबर है ऊपर में, this actually shows the renderable area कि कितने फ्रेम्स आपको देने हैं आपके एनिमेशन में. So I'm putting it till 50. so that मेरा 2 सेकंड का एनिमेशन क्रिएट हो सके. So now we can lock these both PGs and everything. हम दोनों को लॉक कर देते हैं so that we don't expose them or we don't dislocate them. हम उसको अपनी लोकेशन से चेंज ना करने पाए. Now what are we going to do? First of all, हमारा जो डमी लेयर है, इस लेयर से लेकर हमारा यहाँ तक का जो एक्सपोजर है, हमारा एनिमेशन जो है वो मूव होना चाहिए इधर से इधर तक. सो हम क्या करेंगे, डमी लेयर का 0 पे हमने सेलेक्ट किया. वी हैव सेलेक्टेड द फर्स्ट फ्रेम ऑफ दिस dummy layer and then go to our 24th frame and then move it directly by pressing shift press करेंगे so ये थोड़ा भी ऊपर नीचे नहीं होगा. Okay, and as you can see there is a black line displayed. This is the denotation of exposure. That means जो motion है वो actually में it is a denotation of twinning. Motion twinning कहलाता है ये. एक frame से दूसरी frame तक twin हो रहा है. Okay, as you can see it is moving from there. Now what we are going to do, we are going to give the poses, separate poses, okay, so that our animation could be looking like that. So at the 12th frame यानी कि 0 पे एक पोज रहेगी और 12th फ्रेम में एक पोज रहेगी और 24th फ्रेम में एक पोज रहेगी. So 12th फ्रेम में जाएंगे and what are we going to do? We are going to pose our character. So head जो होगा it will rotate a bit. Okay, it will be somewhat like that. My line art neck will be somewhat like that. Okay, my legs are going to be फ्रंट का जो क्वाड्रोपेड कैसे चलता है तो फ्रंट का जो लेग होगा लेफ्ट साइड का वो पीछे रहेगा और पीछे का जो लेग है वो आगे रहेगा. ओके, फिर जो बॉडी है बॉडी विल बी लाइक अ बिट हल्का सा नीचे करेंगे. वी डोंट गिव टू मच ऑफ दैट. देन बैक लेग्स जो हैं वो फॉलो करेंगे फ्रंट लेग्स को. यानी कि पीछे का जो बैक लेग है और वो भी रेसिप्रोकल वे में यानी कि जस्ट अपोजिट. तो जो पहला हमारा पैर है लेफ्ट लेग का पहला पैर है अगर वो पीछे है तो हमारा जो पीछे वाला जो लेग है रेयर लेग जो है वो फॉलो करेगा फ्रंट लेफ्ट लेग को. सो आई एम गोना मूव इट, rotate it from the back side direction and the front leg is gonna rotate on this direction, right? And tail will be let's just say give it some wiggle. Okay, now as you can see when we go to first pose, our first pose was not decided. Okay, so let's just give it that how does this first pose is gonna look like. So this will be our head. Let's go to neck. Neck will be on this or on the point over here. Legs will be over here. This leg will be over here. Quite over here. Back leg is just gonna follow this front leg and this one will follow this back leg. Okay. So this will be our first frame and then when we scrub around and you can see our frame is being changed to another one. Again go for fourth one and give just opposite of this 12th frame what it was there. So just go to fourth one and give it just opposite. So over here, go over here. Legs will be here, one leg will be here so that you can give a opposite pose to it. Then go for neck. I'm sure it will look good over here and go to okay and see it's all motion twin. So we haven't given our head something like that. So now as you can see now it is twinning from one portion to another. As you if I play shift enter and you can see it is being played. Now you can do n number of details over here, as in there is from one pose to another there are between approximately 12 frames you can draw or change. So if I change it a bit over here and give neck a bit higher, And as you can see, it is from front to back, it is going. So I would give it a little bit of position. इसको ऊपर कर देंगे, राइट, और ये जब यहाँ जाएगा तो इसकी पोजीशन थोड़ी सी नीचे कर देंगे. Okay, similarly we can go for our legs, और इसका रोटेशन जो है वो फ्रंट जा रहा है. सो इसको थोड़ा सा exaggeration ऐड कर देंगे if you wanted to add the exaggeration. Similarly, you can add a bit of height to this. Right, go to neck as well, give a bit of height to this. And go for head. Right, give a bit of height to that. Go to neck, give it a bit of over here. This is a simple rig, so that is why it doesn't provides me the whole thing, but it will work. Go to 18th frame as well and provide again another passing frame. Put neck a bit higher. Go to this, give it like that, and go for legs, somewhat like that. Legs 2. Put it over here, give it a rotation somewhat like here. Right, it has to be a bit lower. Go to back leg, give it right, and go to tails and give it something like that. And as you can see, when we play this animation, right, it actually plays, but now it's not able to visit. You cannot able to see that because it's in 1 second. So what you can do, you can just select each and every layer over here, press Ctrl C, go to just at this point, right at the frame number 25, go to that point and go for Ctrl V, so that everything will be, you know, animated, but the position will be not to be there. So you need to, you know, rearrange that position. So what we are going to do, first of all, we need to expose this. So just go over in this position or 50th frame, press F5, go to over here, press F5, and then lock them so that they have been exposed. Right, so we have this layer. We just have to select the dummy and go to the position, and as you can see, this layer can be changed. Change their position to over here. Okay, creating an issue. Don't go for that. We can select this, delete this one, and we can animate that. Don't expose them. Press F5. Okay, we are actually exposing that thing over here. Okay, in the camera view, you can see that as well. Okay, in the camera view takes a bit of render time, so you can use that. Try giving some shadows in order to create some interesting, add this to create a drawing layer, which I am giving it a shadow name, and then drag it to your dummy layer inside of the dummy layer, right? Dummy layer, and create a shadow. Either it could be a, anything. Just paint it color to black, and don't put it in beneath your tail layer. Just put it okay, rotate it. Position, change the position of it so that you could show some, depth to your particular layer. Okay, it will look something like that. Similarly, it is not exposed, so select the shadows and expose it, F5, and it will follow this. I'm scrubbing this to 24 frame. Okay, I'm scrubbing this to 24 frame and giving it a 12 frame rate, यानी कि 12 फ्रेम 1 सेकंड में दिखाएगा. That means already 2 सेकंड का फ्रेम हो जाएगा. Okay, go to it and export as a movie and give it H.264 as a format. Go to Artful file, press OK. Okay, just give it another name. Go to browse and give this a turtle walk. Save and give it OK so that it will be completed. So this is our work. Yeah, I'm sure because of the bandwidth, it looks a bit of jerky, but in your computer, it won't be, it will be smooth. And there are multiple ways to increase the visibility and everything. So you can go for that as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm done here. And thank you so much for, having us and giving us the chance to showcase a bit about animation and graphics design. Over to you, Akansha ma'am. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes. First of all, Ankit sir, the animation which you taught us today, which you showed us today in a very short period of time, it was wonderful, sir. Because I have seen your work earlier and those were really amazing. But I know how much time it takes. It really requires patience and the what we can say, the
Dedication also.
perfection. Yes, the
Definitely.
dedication, the perfection. I have seen the perfection in your works as well. So today, whatever you taught us, it was really grateful. We are all are really grateful for that. Okay, so let's talk to our participants now, guys. We have introduced you. We have only introduced you to graphics and animation, and in animation part there are 2D animation and 3D animation as well, but we told you about 2D animation only. So there are so many scopes, and see, Ankit sir has experience of 15 plus years in this field, so he was able to tell you that in a very quick and swift manner. But if you too want to learn it, you have to do more practice of it. You have to join the courses. If you want to excel in it, you have to join the courses. See, this was only a turtle and it was 2D animation. If you want to make a robot cry, or if you want to make a ship fly, or whatever, come to us and we will teach you that. We have so many softwares there, like Corel Draw and Maya, Max. So many softwares are there also, where you can learn so many other things. So this is our world of designing, where you can design for posters as well, wedding cards as well, virtual. There are so many things. So we do teach everything in our institute. We showed you only two segments here. Let's talk about one more segment, that is VFX. So VFX, you guys might have heard about it. You guys have seen the movies of Bahubali, Marvel, DC, and Hollywood, Bollywood. There are so many such movies where we use that. So you guys know that every movie is edited, okay? So that comes under the part of VFX. But guys, do check once in the YouTube VFX in the Chak De India. That I'm sure that that is going to fascinate you guys, because Bahubali and Robot and Marvel. See, everyone knows about such movies, that no one is going to jump from one mountain to another. No one is robot there. But we do know that movies are made by editing only. So that comes all under the VFX part. But just once check the VFX in Chak De India, and you guys will be fascinated that it is used in so many things which we don't know that, and it is done in way that we don't get to know that, oh, that is present in a simple thing also. So that is one part. And for that we have Shivendra sir, who has worked in multiple production houses, and who has also so much experience in this field, in VFX especially, who is a specialist of VFX. And if you guys have watched Flash series which comes in Netflix, then you guys should know that he has worked in Flash series as well. So guys, if you also want to learn such courses, then you can, I mean, if you have imagination and you want to show that to the world, come and join us. We will teach you that how to. We will teach you how to turn your imagination into the visualization. Give us your imagination, and we will teach you how to show that to the world, because we are the part of designing. We have the whole designing world here. We can teach you everything. We have multiple courses in our institutes. That is Mac Animation, and the other is naisiksha.com. So we have already provided you the numbers. So many numbers we have already provided you, and the links are also present there. So you can always inquire about the courses. And if you want to continue the courses of animation, the 2D animation, if you want to be the perfectionist of these courses, because we have scopes also. You can be an animator. If you are doing, in fact, a digital marketing course, you can make courses. There are so many scopes are there in career as well. So here in this world of ours, you can learn by having fun, and as well as you can earn also here. Okay, and talking about the previous 5 days, it was quite good because you guys are quite interested, and enthusiasm is also very good, because that was the, and we have seen your efforts as well. So guys, I have already told you that it requires patience. Ankit sir has experience of multiple years. That is why he was able to show you in swift manner. But if you guys are taking any kind of effort, that it is countable. So the whole workshop was so good. The journey with you guys was so good. And let's talk about our team: Neha ma'am, Srishti ma'am, Twinkle ma'am, Shivendra sir, Ankit sir. You all guys have worked together. I mean, we all have worked. We all have given our best to this workshop to provide you guys our best, so that you can learn, so that you can understand a new thing here, the in our of our world. And at last, I would like to thank Nahar ma'am and Reenu ma'am for providing us such great audience and such great platform where we can show, where we can introduce our world. So thank you so thank you so much for this. And guys, if you have any kind of questions, then you can ask Ankit sir directly again.
Okay.
Over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. And yeah, अगर कोई questions हैं, so we'll definitely do for like 5 more minutes, and then we'll end the session because it will exceed the time. Okay, so please ask, raise your hand, and please do ask about the query. Vasudev's question is there, so when I am importing an image to trace it, so the image is very whitey, kind of very low opacity. In the Photoshop, Vasudev, or in Toon Boom? In Toon Boom, actually, you haven't selected that image. That is why it looks, and it's a good feature. Basically, if you wanted to, trace your images in Toon Boom, you can always turn on this onion skin. Right, this onion skin is gonna help you to trace anything, right? Because whenever you select any layer, any single layer, it looks a bit of blur. All the other layers will look a little bit of blur, so you can go for that. Otherwise, see, double click over here, and there is an opacity option you will find over in this thing. Actually, here it is already given an opacity. So you can adjust the opacity also for the particular layer. If it might be happen that this will reduce to some lower values. That is why it couldn't be able to see. Or either if you wanted to trace, then go for this option, show onion skin, on, turn it on so that you can trace on the animation.
So, what we should do to copy the frames?
What I do to copy the frames? Generally, there are two types of copy. As you can select the particular frame, press Ctrl C, right? So that you can copy it, and then to paste it, press Ctrl V. Press Ctrl C and then press Ctrl V. When you select the particular frame, press Ctrl C and then go to your next frame where you wanted to paste your copy, then Ctrl V, and it will be pasted there. And always after pasting, always right click over your layer and give this option, insert keyframe and duplicate drawing. So it will create the separate frames so that you can edit any other layers, any other frame also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dheeraj. Do you also teach AutoCAD and Corel? Yes, I do. I am in event industry, and as I am a beginner, I want to learn it. I want to for setup and layout also for 3D. You can, yes, Dheeraj, we also offer these courses of CAD and Corel, and also we offer for the 3D courses, which are 3ds Max and Maya. In the if you wanted to work on the architectural visualization, there is no one better than 3ds Max. Okay, there is also Lumion is also there in the courses. So yes, we do. Any more queries?